Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 89 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we are working on getting a Nitro Reactor from Powah set up, automating that, and talking about future plans. So let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata. And it's actually daytime, but we don't have a map, so I'm kind of succeeding, but at the same time, I completely fail at everything, as is usual. But anyway, map is good. We got Ronald the Cloudy here. I don't know if I mentioned this a while ago, but we remember that conglomeration of iron giants that we had over here, iron golems. Here's all of our old friends, Mr. Carroll and Amosa the Glorious, and Shane the Scant should be somewhere around here. The naughty little iron golem just hiding around from us. He's just hiding from us. He doesn't want to be found. But anyway, oh look, maybe there's Shane the Scant. There he is. But yeah, all of our old iron golems just migrated over into the village over time. I don't know why they end up coming over here and then getting stuck and then end up coming back and all the good stuff. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, in between episodes, I worked on getting us our reactor. So if we take a look at this, right? We take a look, we get our block of nitro crystals, and we kicked those off at the end of last episode. And let me tell you, oh my goodness, it takes absolutely forever to infuse, what is it, 100 million RF using our blazing tier. These things, what are these called? Energizing rods. Absolutely forever. I'm telling you, I AFK'd for, well, let's talk about everything else, and then I'll tell you how long I AFK'd for. So we take a look at our reactor, and we say, okay, nitro crystal blocks. We had everything we needed for that. I kicked it off. I was like, okay, good. I'm going to AFK. We're good. I came back maybe an hour or so later, expecting it to be done. It wasn't. But I decided to start looking through and gathering all the other stuff we're going to need, so that way we have all of this stuff ready to go. And I noticed these little things here. What does that say there, friends? Energy cell, nitro. Energy cell, nitro. Thermo generator, nitro, 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 nitro. And I about lost it because I was like, oh my god, I didn't even realize these things. I kicked off the blocks of nitro crystals because we had them, and I was like, we're gonna be good, we're gonna get this set up. And no. So how do we make these? Well, each one of them requires some number of nitro capacitors, and then those require 4 nitro crystals per capacitor. So for every craft that we do of the nitro crystals, we can create 4 capacitors. You may be thinking, okay, so that's probably, oh my goodness, this requires 4 capacitors. So this is one craft in and of itself. However, this requires a magmator, which is another craft in and of itself. And I have to do that 1, 2, 3 times. And then we have the energy cell, which is fine. That requires a full craft of blocks by itself and a nitro crystal set that works. And then the fernator is fairly simple. Fairly simple, he says. Anyway, so I had to do some stabberating of TheAndrata. It was not pleasant. My finger hurts because my sacrificial knife, I just continuously poke my finger over. You thought I was stabbing my body? No, it's just my finger. I'm just poking my finger and my blood drips out. My life essence leaks into my altar. And yeah, anyway, did that. We got all the crafts done, and so here we go. Also ended up having to upgrade our dude here to a nitro one. I figured I'm here, I might as well upgrade it to nitro because we are using 8,355 RF per tick. And if we look at the energy cell, we had the hardened tier. It can only output 8,000 RF per tick. So I was like, well, you know what? Screw it, I'm here. We're just going to make an extra one. I already have it taught to the system. So I taught the system how to make energy cells. So yeah. And how to make thermo generators. We're missing some blaze honeycomb, apparently. I blew through all of that. But We got it. We did it. The thing is done. We're good to go. Oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned this ever. You noticed, I'm sure you did, but the wall of honeycomb is gone. I put those somewhere. Where did I put those? Did I put them here? Did I put them here? 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 All this honeycomb actually needs processed. Yeah. Where did I put my honeycombs? I put all of those into a chest. And then I put that chest somewhere. Now I can't find the chest. I had like literally tens of thousands of honeycombs somewhere. And I don't know where did I put my honeycombs? Is it you? No, I forgot about this chest actually existing. This is all our honey that we had initially a long time ago. Some dry ice, some coal honey. Yeah, but seriously, where did I put my... You're my potion brewer. You don't really need to be there anymore. It's also nighttime, so we're losing power. Did I put it out by my beehives? Tell me I didn't break a leaf. Like, I didn't put it out here, did I? No. 100% legit. Oh, here it is. Okay, I put it in my inventory. Diamond chest. So I have a cardboarded diamond chest that has all of our... honeycombs from that giant honeycomb wall. I did not process any of those. All of our processing has taken place since then, and we're doing pretty good. I keep coming and clearing out the Oreos from here. Enderman decided to pop into my base earlier, by the way. Just walked in the middle of me doing nothing. But anyway, yeah, so Ender honeycombs, clockwork honeycombs doing their thing. We'll start processing those, you know, eventually. I just need to get bottles really exported out into that. And I could do it with refined. I just don't have a infinite glass production going on yet. So I just don't want to, you know, burn through all the glass that we do have and cause myself, you know, some pain in the future. So anyway, what do we need to do? Well, we need to modify this, and I completely forgot that we need 35 of these bad boys, and I think I only have 21, right? So I am going to have to go craft some more of these guys. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 21. So I'm going to need another 14 of these. Do I have these taught to the system? I think I might, actually. Mechanical crafter. Hey, I do. So I need another 13 of these. Tell me I can make it. I can make it. I love auto crafting. I love when we have this part. We get to this part of a series and we have auto crafting capabilities set up and we have the resources to be able to support it, where I don't have to sit around and wait for crafts and all of that stuff. I can just go. We can work. I don't have to worry about, you know, cutting an episode or anything. I can work and have fun with it. And then hopefully it makes it so that you guys get to have fun too. So let's go ahead and configure these all to be correct. Nope. You go there, you go there. You're gonna go there. Down. I don't even know what happened there, but it looks good, right? Everything goes down, all goes to the right, and ends up right there. Okay. So then, speaking of not cutting in the episodes, I'm going to go ahead and cut here and get these, all this stuff added, because this isn't going to be entertaining. You guys watching me just grab stuff out of this and dropping it in there. So when we get to the last item, which is our Maxwellian Entropic Gateway, this is probably the only thing that you guys haven't ever seen. It is fairly simple. It is just a Zivius's Spectral Compulsion, which we already have over in our occultism area with some shoe god shards. I ran out of lava over here, by the way. I need to get lava production set up. It's been mentioned that, you know, lava is not really used for terribly too much in this pack. So I may not even really need to get infinite lava set up or something. I could maybe use a magma crucible with speed upgrades, burning cobblestone, because we have a cobble gen going. It would suffice for this, but we'll see where we end up with this. Oh, also, it was mentioned to me, before we do anything else, this is not necessary. The fluid encapsulator is unnecessary. Our mechanism fluid tank can actually handle this for us, and it doesn't require power. Let's see. I've never done this before, but we're going to set this up to be like so. We're going to say, hey, okay, I got to remember what I did. You're going to extract from the bottom buckets of lava, and you're going to insert the bucket of lava from the top, I believe is what has to happen. So insert from the top, export out of the bottom, and it'll autofill the bucket of lava. We'll see what happens here, because this should empty, maybe. Did it? I think it did it. I think it did it literally that fast. Yeah, because I think we were at 30. We can validate this by just making that a little bit faster. Do we even see this come in here? We do, and it works. So in and out, no power needed. Mechanism fluid tank can handle it all, and then we can eventually we can get an ender tank set up, which I did teach the system how to make, and we could do. We can craft 2 of these right now if we wanted to. Yeah, we just need to get lava set up, and I think I might be trying it out a different way than I've ever done before. A lie, kinda. I did this in all the mods 7. It really wasn't updated too much, so yeah. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, that is everything placed in here. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a heat pipe sitting in there. It's just, the black on the black doesn't look, it's just hard to tell. But if we put this in there, bam, the craft should initiate. It's going to be quick because we have that set up. We're good to go. Bam, and give me my 36 reactor blocks. Woohoo! Quest completed, reactor. Let's go ahead and check out our quests, by the way. It's been quite a while since we've collected these, as it always tends to be. So we have some from Create, apparently. Oh, I made encase chain drives when I was trying to figure out the whole setup out there for our automation of all of our stuff. Solar panels, Fernator, I picked up all these things. Uraninite, reactor, crafters, timer, inventory checker, Ars Nouveau, all kinds of things. So let's go ahead and do the thing. Place these here. Let's collect all our quests and see if we end up with anything good. And then we'll continue on with our setup here. Oh, kind of sort of got some stuff good. Apparently I don't have my magnet equipped. Or do I? Oh, it all magneted up. Okay. So let's do, we got honey bottles, we got uraninite, we got some shafts, some charged snowballs, uranium, we got an energy cell, we got a machine frame, some sushi, dimensional shards, rune of augmented capacity. We're going to stick those in our thing, absolutely. Token of joy, prismatic, blocks of uraninite, a water condensator. That is a water producer with power optional, and that's kind of cool. I know I used this in my industrial foregoing mod spotlight I did, but it's been a while since I've done that. So machine base, farming stencil, item frame, a wooden pickaxe with silk touch, ender pearl, green slime block, blue ice, and an industrial analog switch link receiver. Sweet. These are going to go into our system. The water condensator, if I remember correctly, even with power, is not the fastest machine in the world. So we'll go ahead and put it in our system. If we end up needing it, we will. But it's very similar to the aqueous accumulator from thermal, if you've ever used that before. So anyway, we need to get our reactor set up, and I'm trying to think, where do I want to put this? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, and where in the world do I want to put my reactor? Because a reactor really can, with entangled blocks, honestly, it can kind of sort of sit anywhere. There are 3 things that we're going to have to put into our reactor. I lied. There's multiple things. We're going to need to put redstone. We're going to need to put, I believe, coal. We're going to need uraninite as the fuel. We're going to need a liquid, which is going to be water for now, and then a solid coolant, which is going to be, I think, dry ice is what I decided on. Yes, and then we're going to set up an automation for production of blue ice into, yeah, that whole thing. So we need to be able to set this up so we can pipe things into it fairly simply. But it really can sit anywhere because we can entangle a energy cell to this. But for the sake of for production, I think I'm just going to put it down in our basement here because this is where power goes, right? This is where we have all of our other power stuff. So I think we'll just put it here, and then that way we can kind of we can tap into refined storage, and I don't have to use as many entangled blocks, because not that they're like crazy expensive, especially now that we have Godforge blocks automated, but they're still not the cheapest thing in the world. What is all this? It's all the pipes still left over from when I had my pretty pipe system set up. Going over to this wall. I think I don't know. I have no idea where those are going. I don't think I'm using pretty pipes for... I'm not going to touch it. I don't want to break it. I don't think I'm using pretty pipes for any long distance travel like this anymore. This is for our beehives. I am using this. This is what's setting up to our centrifuge. So I do not want to touch that. Okay, good thing I checked before I broke it. But anyway, the cool thing with the Powah reactors is you don't got to do anything fancy. You just get your reactors and you right click and it will auto place the blocks for you. So we can just let this do its thing. Boop. Boop. There we go. And we got the boop. So there we go. That is the building of a Powah reactor. Fairly simple, fairly easy to set up, and really getting this going is not going to be terribly too difficult. So there are three items that we're going to want to pump into this at all times. 4 items technically, I guess. So redstone, coal, uraninite, which I did teach the system how to make, but I have some, and it gave us blocks of uraninite as a quest reward, so we'll go ahead and convert those over there. The system does know how to make this, though. It's fairly simple. Uranium, fluorite, sulfur, fluorite. Well, it's going to break the fluorite down into the dust, so fairly simple to do. So that's uraninite, and then we want dry ice, and dry ice is going to be our coolant. We're also going to need an entangled block for water. I think I may have one more in here. Yes, one that I have not used in a very long time. But let's go ahead and get that guy set up with our water. And you know what? Actually, if I'm going to set up refined storage, I can have refined storage pump the water out. So I don't even need to do that. We can just have refined storage run into here. Yeah. And we can have that. We can have refined storage handle this. I'm going to open up this doorway just a little bit. I call it a doorway, but it's a hole in the dirt, basically. But yeah. Okay, so redstone can go in. Coal can go in. And these two are augments to our reactor, right? So what happens is by adding redstone and adding coal, it's going to increase our fuel consumption, but it's going to allow us to produce more power. And then our coal is going to increase our efficiency, but it's going to increase our heat. Both of these are going to increase the fuel consumption by increasing heat. So what we need to do now, we have 300 degrees Celsius in here. And if we throw our uraninite in there, we're going to be good to go. I do want to get my dry ice added in. Now, this doesn't get used very often, so this stack will last quite a while. But we're going to go ahead and get everything set up before we throw our uraninite in there so we can see how much power we're actually going to produce from this bad boy. So what I want to do is get myself an exporter, and I'm going to want a crafting upgrade. It's a craft upgrade is what it's called. I don't have that taught to the system, but I have them, or I've made them in the past is what I'm trying to say, but I never taught it to the system. Okay, and a crafting upgrade so that we can export all of these things out. And then we just need to do something like so, and we can actually import all of this stuff into the bottom. Now, I'm actually going to need 2 exporters because one of them is going to be exporting liquids and one of them is going to be exporting the solid materials. So we're going to need 2. I actually never tried just using one, but I'm pretty sure each one can only handle one different export. So let's clean up, make this look all nice and neat. Get our cable. Okay, my, what's that called? My Sojourner Sash was making it very difficult to not fall into these blocks because of the step up. Normally, I love step up. It was kind of annoying right there. Okay. I need to be able to maneuver here. And then my Paxel's just so dang fast. Okay, so what we're going to do is clear this out, and we're going to have an exporter come here. And we're going to have this just export fluids, and we're going to say water. We should be able to drag a bucket of water over, drag water over. Okay, we have to actually drag the liquid. That's fine. It makes sense. And we're going to have water export, and then we can have just anywhere else. I believe we can hook this up anywhere else. We're going to have uraninite. We're going to have redstone. And we're going to have coal. And we'll have dry ice too. That's why we have the crafting upgrade for the dry ice along with the uraninite. And we put the crafting upgrade in there and we say, hey, go ahead and do the thing. We kick them on, and look, it's going. It's doing the thing. I'll add it manually into here, and we're going to set the auto mode on so that when it fills up its buffer with over 70%, it's going to stop running. But there we go. Look at that. We're already generating 490,000 RF per tick. Just as simple as that. It's literally not difficult. And it also doesn't explode, which is great in comparison to Mechanism's reactors. Though more realistic, they also have an explosion potential, which is not the coolest in the world. Right? Right. So anyway, that takes care of that. Now we just need to get power out of this thing. So if we grab an entangled block, the only issue with this is we're going to have to pump pipe out of this. So even though we're going to produce 400,000, we're going to be limited by our pipe, which is 51,000. So we need to get this upgraded, which is still not as high as it could be, but it's actually on our to-do list to get this going. But we're going to need to get the whole brine chain going. Man, why can't Mechanism have given me one of those as a reward? I could upgrade some advanced mechanical pipes. What? Let's see. Mechanism. Any easy quests here, Mechanism, I can do that might give me a some advanced pipes? An enrichment chamber? What do you cost? We could probably make... Never mind. Nope, can't make that happen. Yeah, that's not happening. You jerk. I get it. Mechanism is extremely OP, so gating it fairly heavily makes perfect sense. But man, I want some of the I want some advanced pipes. That's all. Okay, that's okay. So options here. We could. Man, I just feel like we're wasting so much RF by not being able to pipe into this thing as fast as we possibly could. But whatever, it's okay. So let's go ahead and bind that. It is nighttime. The nice thing is now, though, we're not going to need to. We're not going to need to sleep at night. And basically, this thing's only going to run at night, too. That's one thing about limiting our power here is that this thing is going to stay full a lot of the time because it's not going to be, draining power. More than 70% is not going to be going into this. So we'll actually save on resources here fairly well. Once this thing fills up, and it should do, it's going to run at the 51,000 RF. But once it fills up, this thing will start filling back up as well. And then we'll have a nice big old buffer of power inside of here. That was incorrect. And we'll have a nice big buffer inside of this. I like it. And then now we don't have to worry about sleeping at night anymore, which has always been a concern. And now we don't have to worry about running out of power for anything really for quite a long while. We have 500,000 RF to work with. And not that we were having issues with power. Our solar panels were putting in work. They're doing great. Just very inconvenient having to sleep through every single night or else I lose power, which did affect my AFKing because basically I AFK'd for what? I said I AFK'd for like 4 hours. Only half of that was really working because the other half was at nighttime where power wasn't going. So what's going to happen is this will fill up and then it's going to drain and then it's going to fill up and then it's going to drain. And basically it's going to limit the usage of all this stuff, which is great. We could set up some kind of redstone toggle on this to say only run at night with a daylight sensor, I guess, if we really wanted to. But we'd have to put the daylight sensor outside and then run. Too much work. Too much work for something that's really not going to really affect us that much. I do need to fill up my battery, though, because this thing drained very quickly. When I was making all of the thermo generators and stuff, I don't know if those did it, but something drained my battery basically instantly. And it may have been drained for quite a while, and I haven't noticed because I have my magnet switched over to Britannia, so I don't really notice if that gets drained anymore because the magnet was how I knew. I don't know what's using power even anymore. What does use power that we have? Oh, our wireless crafting grid. Oh, actually, that's very good that we filled that back up. That's important. I want my wireless crafting grid to work. But anyway, that is our Nitro Reactor. So the only thing that we need to do now is I have uraninite taken care of. It's automated. We need to get dry ice set up. So let me go ahead and remove all of this stuff from the system. We're going to come back to working on our brine very soon, but we want to go ahead and get this dry ice so that we don't run out of power. So what is dry ice? Dry ice is added by Powah. Then it is energized to blue ice for only 10,000 RF. This will be done in a blink. Get us dry ice. How do we get blue ice? It's also in our centrifuge. That's why I have so much of it, because our ICB gets us dry ice at a 5% rate. Anyway, so dry ice is made from blue ice, and there's quite a few different ways we can make blue ice. We can pressure chamber for packed ice into a blue ice. We can, it can come from a dimensional mine shaft. We can, ICB can convert water over to blue ice at 100% rate, it looks like, too. This may be a feasible option, really, if we really wanted to. But what I want to do is set this up with a pure daisy. Because a pure daisy can just convert packed ice straight over to blue ice. Give it a little bit of time. I think it's about a minute, and it'll convert packed ice over to blue ice. How do we get packed ice? Well, it's actually the exact same thing. Ice with a pure daisy converts over to packed ice. Eventually, I would love to switch this over to a cobble gen here when we can get into pedestals. Put a piece of blue ice underneath with a cobble gen upgrade, and we get packed ice as just free. It just literally generates it. But in order to get this, we need luminizers. We can get the pedestal. It's the upgrade that we can't get yet, because we need pixie dust from Botania, which requires us to open the Elven portal, which could we? I don't know, actually. I was going to say, could we? Yes. I don't know. The Glimmering Living Wood, that's standard recipe. And the Elven Gateway Core, this is probably what's going to be expensive. It does require a tier 2 Astral Altar with some honeycomb, some Terra Steel, all kinds of stuff. So, and a Celestial Gateway, which is, yeah, so that's not happening anytime in the near future, but in the semi-near to the far future. What are you? An Elven Bee? What do you get me? I can throw 2 of you in and get Elementium ingots through. That's cool. Anyway, so we can't get ice that way, or packed ice that way. We're going to get packed ice with the pure daisy. And then packed ice is made... ice is going to be made in a blast chiller. That's what I decided to make. Blast chiller with some water. Give it a little bit of time. It produces ice for us. We can do pressure chamber of snow. We can do heat frame cooling with some water in it. We can do astral. We can even do a cobble gen without the silky, and that'll get us the ice. So eventually we'll go this route. But for now, yeah. Now I believe even to upgrade this to silky, don't we have to do this in... That makes the pedestal upgrade. Can we just apply Silk Touch to this? No, we have to do enchanting through pedestals, so it's even more complicated. I've done it once before, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to set up, if I remember correctly. But anyway, blast chiller to ice, to packed ice, to blue ice, to dry ice. Got it? So next episode, we'll work on setting this up. We're going to need a couple constructors, bam, and destructors, and we're going to need some Silk Touch. So what I'm going to do is basically cycle my exchanging gadget through my thing out here. What is this thing called? Let's go to the factory. My pressure chamber. We're going to cycle this through here to rip the Silk Touch off of it and then apply the Silk Touch back on. So we're going to do that. You also need some books, which apparently I don't have in here. We have plenty of. That should rip the Silk Touch off of that. Bam. And now we got a Silk Touch book, and we have an exchanging gadget without Silk Touch. So I'm going to do this just as many times as I can and get us a bunch, because if we set this up and we want to maximize our efficiency, we're going to want to output as much ice as we can to our pure daisies. I'll also get the pure daisies made, but we can do 8. So we're going to need 16 constructors, 16 destructors. So we're going to need a total of, let's see, the destructors are going to be the ones that need the Silk Touch. So we're going to need 16 Silk Touch books in order to do this properly. And then we're going to need the Silk upgrade, which is this one, which is just going to require some bookshelves and some upgrades and everything. So we'll get to that. And that'll be next episode. That way our our system can run and basically not have to worry about it. And then we can work on all our other stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.